Stop scrolling right now and read this until the very end. What if Wang's latest Instagram post about Shinyu is not just a casual update, but a carefully crafted message hidden in plain sight? What if the caption everyone dismissed as simple was actually a quiet confession? Before you form your opinion, before you choose a side, stay with this story, and then tell us in the comments what you think he was really trying to say. It happened late at night.
No announcement.
No warning. Just a single photo posted to Wang's Instagram. The image looked harmless at first glance. Soft lighting, a distant skyline, a caption that seemed poetic but vague. Within minutes, fans began sharing it. Within an hour, theories exploded across social media. And by morning, one question dominated every conversation. Was this about Shinyu? The photo itself was understated. Dylan standing near a window, city lights glowing behind him, his expression unreadable. Not smiling, not sad, just distant. But it was the caption that ignited everything. Some memories do not fade, no matter how far you walk. Simple words. But nothing about them felt accidental. Fans immediately connected the timing. Shen had posted earlier that day. A serene photo of her at sunset, looking peaceful yet reflective. Her caption read, "Growth means learning to let go." 2 posts, 2 tones, 1 timeline. And suddenly, the silence between them felt louder than ever. The comment sections became battlegrounds of interpretation. Some believed it was coincidence. Others insisted it was a direct response. The more people analyzed, the more patterns they found. The location tag, the time it was uploaded, even the song playing faintly in the background of his story later that evening. A love ballad about regret and unfinished stories. But what truly shook fans was the subtle detail most people missed. In the reflection of the window behind Dylan, faint but unmistakable, was a blurred shape that looked like a framed photo. And when fans zoomed in, adjusted brightness, and compared old behind-the-scenes shots, many were convinced it resembled a photo taken months ago. A photo of Dylan and Shinyu laughing together on set. Coincidence? Or deliberate? The mystery deepened when Miles Wei liked the post. Just a simple double tap. No comment. But the timing was precise. Exactly 12 minutes after the upload. Fans who had been following the emotional tension between the trio could not ignore it. Why would Miles Wei engage with a post so layered in speculation? Was it silent acknowledgement, support, or something else entirely? Meanwhile, Shinyu remained quiet. No reaction, no follow-up, no public engagement. And somehow, that silence spoke louder than any statement. Sources close to the production set hinted that things had been tense lately. Not dramatic, not explosive, just distant. Conversations shorter. Eye contact less frequent. Professional but careful. The kind of distance that only exists when something personal lingers beneath the surface. Then came the second wave. Dylan updated his story the next day with a single line. Some feelings do not disappear. They transform. Now fans were certain. This was not random. This was layered. Intentional. Emotional. Speculation turned into obsession. Analysts broke down the wording. Why memories? Why walking away? Why transformation? Each phrase felt like a breadcrumb leading somewhere deeper. And the more people connected the dots, the clearer the hidden narrative seemed. Was he admitting regret? Was he asking for another chance? Was this pride softening in real time? What made it even more compelling was Dylan's history. He had never been one to publicly express vulnerability.
Strong.
Independent. Reserved. Those were the traits fans associated with him. But this post felt different. Reflective. Almost fragile. And Shen Yue, hours after his story update, she posted a simple image of the ocean. Calm waves. Open horizon. Her caption read, "Peace comes when you accept what is meant for you." It did not mention him. It did not reference anything specific. But the timing once again felt deliberate. 2 narratives unfolding in parallel. One reaching back. One moving forward. Behind the scenes, insiders claim there was a private conversation that same week. A meeting that lasted longer than expected. No raised voices.
No visible tensión.
Just a long talk behind closed doors. No one knows what was said. But after that meeting, both seemed different. Quieter. More thoughtful. The hidden meaning behind Dylan's post may not lie in a dramatic declaration. It may lie in subtle admission. In the acknowledgement that something valuable slipped through his fingers. In the realization that independence sometimes costs connection. Fans who once believed the story was over now question everything. Was the distance real? Or strategic? Was the pride dissolving? Or being reshaped? The most chilling part of all is this. Neither of them denied anything.
No clarificación.
No dismissal of rumors. No public statement. Just posts. Carefully timed. Emotionally layered. Open to interpretation. And sometimes, silence is the loudest confirmation. If this was a confession, it was the quietest one ever delivered. If this was regret, it was wrapped in poetry. And if this was a second chance being hinted at, it was done without ever saying the words directly. Now the world waits. Will there be a clearer message? A reunion? Or a final chapter that closes the door completely? Before you decide what this means, look again at that caption. Read it slowly. Ask yourself why now? Why those words? Why that tone? Because sometimes the most powerful messages are not shouted. They are whispered through carefully chosen lines, hidden in reflections, and posted at midnight when the world is quiet enough to listen. Tell us what you think. Was Dylan Wang sending Shinyu a message? Or is the world reading too deeply into a simple photo? The comment section did not sleep that night. It exploded. Some fans said it was coincidence. Some said it was marketing. Some said people were reaching too far. But then something happened that changed the temperature of the entire conversation.
Shen Yue logged in.
She did not post anything new. She did not mention Dylan's name. She did not respond to any tag. She simply liked one comment. One single comment buried under thousands. The comment read, "Sometimes pride is louder than love, but silence is louder than both." And she pressed like. That was it. But that was everything. Within minutes, screenshots began circulating. Fan pages zoomed in on the timestamp. They compared it to when Dylan posted his photo. They noticed the gap. Not too quick to seem reactive. Not too late to seem disconnected.
Perfectly measured.
Almost as if she waited for the noise to rise before stepping into it quietly. The internet froze. Because Shen Yue is not careless. She rarely engages with emotional speculation. She protects her space fiercely. For her to acknowledge a comment that directly addressed pride and silence felt intentional. And suddenly Dylan's caption felt heavier. The picture he posted had seemed simple at first. A quiet city skyline at dusk. The colors fading into deep blue. His silhouette standing alone near a window. The caption read, "Some things are not lost. They are just waiting to be understood." At first glance, it looked poetic, reflective, artistic. But now it felt like a response. Like a continuation of a conversation the world was not invited into. Fans started digging deeper. They remembered an interview months ago where Shinyu said, "I believe in timing. If something is real, it will come back when both people understand it better." Understand. The same word. Coincidence. Or connection. Then someone found something else. In the reflection of the window behind Dylan, barely visible, was a small framed photo on a shelf. It was blurred. Indistinct. But the outline looked hauntingly familiar. Two figures sitting side by side. Laughing. One leaning slightly toward the other. An old behind-the-scenes photo from a drama set. A photo that fans had seen before. A photo of him and her. The theory spread like wildfire. Was he standing in front of a memory? Was he literally placing himself in front of their past? Was the skyline not about the city, but about distance? Distance between them. Distance created by misunderstandings. Distance that perhaps was closing. Then something even more unexpected happened. Miles Wei, who had remained mostly quiet through previous waves of speculation, posted a story. It was simple. A black background. White text. Sometimes what we see is only half the story. Respect what you do not fully understand. No names.
No tags. No clarification.
But the timing was impossible to ignore. He posted it hours after the Instagram chaos began. And suddenly fans wondered. Was he protecting someone? Was he defending Shinyu? Or was he subtly confirming that there was more happening behind the scenes than anyone realized? The emotional tension felt cinematic. It felt like the quiet middle of a drama episode where everything is about to unravel. Meanwhile, Dylan did not delete the post. He did not clarify. He did not edit the caption. Instead, he updated his profile bio. 3 words. Growth requires courage. It was subtle, almost invisible unless you were looking. But fans were looking. They always are. The words felt like an admission, an acknowledgement that something had gone wrong in the past, that pride had interfered, that silence had lasted too long, and courage was now required to move forward. Forward toward what? Toward closure. Or toward reconciliation. Then late at night, Shinyu uploaded a photo. Not of a skyline. Not of a quote. Just her. Sitting by a window. The same shade of dusk blue. Her expression calm, but thoughtful. The caption read, "Understanding takes time."
Time.
Understand.
Courage.
Not lost. Waiting. It was like watching 2 people speak in code. Not publicly. Not directly. But clearly. Fans began connecting lines like detectives mapping a case. In their last public appearance together, there had been a slight pause before they greeted each other. A hesitation that once felt awkward. Now it felt heavy with unspoken emotion. In an older interview, Dylan had once said, "I am not good at explaining my feelings. I tend to express them indirectly. Indirectly. Through captions. Through imagery. Through carefully chosen words." What if the Instagram post was not for publicity? What if it was for her? What if it was a quiet apology disguised as poetry? And what if her response was not rejection, but patience? The most powerful part of this unfolding drama was not the noise. It was the restraint. Neither of them confirmed anything. Neither denied anything. They let the world speculate while they communicated in shadows. And that silence felt intimate. Because real emotions do not always shout. Sometimes they whisper through timing, through word choice, through a single like on a buried comment. Then came the moment that sent everything into overdrive. A fan account posted a side-by-side comparison. Dylan's skyline photo, Shen Yue's window photo. When placed together, the city, lights aligned perfectly. Same city, same night, different angles. If that was true, it meant one thing. They were in the same place, not across the world, not separated by distance, but close. Close enough to see the same sunset. Close enough to feel the same fading light. The internet erupted again. Was it coincidence? Was it planned? Was it fate? Or was it simply 2 people who never truly stopped caring? The hidden meaning behind Dylan's post was no longer just about a caption. It was about courage.
It was about understanding.
It was about timing. And, perhaps most of all, it was about second chances. Because sometimes love does not disappear. It waits. It waits until pride softens. It waits until silence becomes unbearable. It waits until 2 people are brave enough to decode each other again. And maybe that is what we are witnessing now. Not a publicity stunt. Not a calculated move. But a quiet rebuilding. Brick by brick. Caption by caption. Like by like. If this is truly a new chapter, if this is truly the beginning of something restored, then we are watching history unfold in real time. So tell us, do you think Dylan's post was a hidden confession? Do you believe Shinyu's response was intentional? Or are we witnessing the most poetic coincidence of the year? Drop your thoughts below, because the story is not over. And the next post, the next like, the next 3 words, could change everything again.